Hello, my name is Noah Jensen. I'm the area sales manager for Arthur Holm for Eastern Europe and Asia. And welcome to the Arthur Holm booth at ISE 2026. We'll first start with the first table where we can find our DB3 Talk family. By sliding our hand, we can activate the product, and then the product will come up. What we are showing here are different customizations for different conferencing brands. So we don't manufacture microphone brands, but what we make it is compatible for the main brands. Here we are showing our DB3 Talk, where we can adjust the tilting angle of the screen. So we can still have a very big display in front of us without obstructing the view to the rest of the participants. Some of the options that can come with are a touchscreen. We can also activate a camera. The camera is also retractable, so if we don't need the camera, then we can just activate it and deactivate it, and the camera will retract behind the screen. Also, when we adjust the tilting of the screen, the camera angle will follow. So if I rise the screen, the camera will also rise automatically. And another option that we can have is a retractable mic. In this case, we are using a Televic conferencing system. And once we're done, we can just press mic again, and the mic will retract to its place. Same with the camera. If we don't want to see the camera anymore, we can just press cam and the camera will hide behind the screen. Once we are done with the meeting or with the conferencing, we can just press close and the display will retract into the table, so you will have a clean and flush workspace. Also, another very important thing for us is that we always trying to give a veneering option, meaning that we can include the same finishing of the table on top. When we do that, then we just have a sensor on the top of the head, and then we can activate the monitor by sliding the hand. Moving around, let's go to the next table. Here we are showing the DB3 family again, but without the microphone. Just different sizes. Here it comes in a 22 inches one, in a custom finish, in a custom gold finish. So we want to show people that we are able to customize any color, any logo. So what our user needs, then we can offer that. And moving to this side, we'll find the 17 inches version. Here with the touchscreen. All of our products are optional. As an option, it comes with touchscreen. So here what we have is the action annotator, just to show that we can offer touchscreen capabilities in all of our displays. Here you can find the 17 inches, which looks more neat, more slimmer, but it's good to offer both different sizes. Here we have the 22. Here you can find the 17. And on this side, you will also find a 24 inches version. All of the DB3 family, we can adjust the tilting of the screen, and that's perfect for having a clean view of the room. So we can have a meeting room by having a really big display in front of us without obstructing any view of the other participants. Let's move to the other side of the booth, and we'll show you some other interesting stuff. Here you will find our newest dynamic cable retract. This is a retract system, a motorized retract system for USB-C cables. We can also provide it with an HDMI cables, and it is a pass-through. So we have male to male, so then you can use it either for data sharing or you can use it as a charger too. And here what we're also showing are some different customized finishes. As standard, it comes in black, but also we can do some custom finishes. Here we have the bronze one. You can see a gold finish over there, but any color that is requested, we can provide that. Let's move to the next table where we are showing our dynamic share system. So it's our own straightforward sharing system. Let's come to this side. So the idea is that all this table is connected with our dynamic share system. Our dynamic share system, we are using only one HDMI cable from one display to another. And the idea is that we have a straightforward sharing system that any participant in the room can come with their device, connect it to the display and share it with the rest of participants. We can have up to 3 HDMI inputs per display. And we can have 2 underneath the table, so we can connect it to a PC. But if we want to use our own device, we can come, connect it to it, and then share it with the rest of participants. With the view button, we can change the input that we are looking in our screen. So you'll see now nothing is connected because we have the USB-C cable out. And now I'm seeing displayed on the screen signal number 1. I will press share. And I will send the input to the rest of participants. And we can do that by every station on the meeting. So anybody can share from each seat. The only limitation is that we can only go up to 20 units. And if you have a look behind our DB2, you will find the new dynamic CL. CL stands for camera lifts. And here what we have is a camera lift for 360 degrees cameras. In this case, we are using a Logitech side camera, but we can also offer with other brands. We are usually working with the main conferencing brands. Over there, you will see the Need Center, but any 360 degrees cameras with a similar size can be added into the system. And once the meeting is done, we can just press the touch sensor, and the camera will hide behind the table. Here we also have our dynamic speaker, so it's a motorized loudspeaker, active speaker. And here what we can do is also offer a veneering option, also in the camera. So we always try to offer the veneering option, so if they want a clean look on the table, everything can be covered up with the same material of the table. So all the same finishing on top of all the products. Let's move to this table. What we are looking here at is our new D2. It's based on our DB2, so we already had the DB2, but for some integrators, it was a little bit difficult to install it from underneath the table, so we have done this version that comes with a cover plate, so then the installation can be much easier done. So now we can install the DB2, but from above the table, and this is the new D2. Also, before our products were tilting 20 degrees, now they can tilt up to 30 degrees. Here we have it in a natural anodized aluminum, which would be the standard finishing, but it can also come in a black anodized color or any color on the request. And if the user wants to put their own logo, we can also do that. So a lot of finishes available, a lot of custom products we can offer. When we have a vertical retractable displays, we usually need some space underneath the table around. So we have a box that can go down to the table, so then we need some space underneath the table to have all the displays connected. But what happens if we have a table without space, or we need a little bit more of leg room, then we can offer this kind of product. This is not a new product, but the redesign of it is called the D3, and the movement of the product is horizontal, so it closes horizontally, meaning that then we can have much less enclosure underneath the table. So it's much more compact underneath the table instead of the other solutions we can provide. And the idea is that we can also provide it with a keyboard and a mouse here, and then everything hides underneath the table together. Let's move to the next table. We'll go on this side. Here we can find our DB1 Twin. This is a double-sided display, so for some meeting rooms where we don't have enough space for placing monitors in both sides, we can just stick one row in the middle of the table and have different inputs showing in the different sides. So nothing crazy, but just another option that we can offer to our customers. If you come to the side, you will see a very customized project that we did for a bank. And this we call it undercover. Why? Because we have a cover on the back, and then it gives us the availability of putting also the same finishing on top of it. All this front part of the display can be customized with any connectors the user might need. And then we can work independently. So if we don't need to use the display, we can still use the mic. What we had here was one display shared for 2 participants. That's why we have 2 mics and also 2 connectivity ports. And then once we're done, we can lower the mics. And then by holding the touch sensor, the cover will come up. So then we will have everything covered up with the same finishing of the table on top. And then we can activate the hatch by finding the sensor on top of the hatch. Let's go to one of the last tables you'll find over here. So nothing that crazy, but another option that we can offer. Here we have our manual solutions, so manual displays. So for some installations where we already have an existing table, or where they don't want to do any cutouts on the table, we can still offer a professional display. This one is called the AH2. This one goes fixed to the table, and we can fold it with the screen facing down. This is a display that goes fixed to the table. We have all the connectivity in the aluminum base, and when it's folded, it goes into standby mode. So just like a laptop, we could say. And then when we open it up again, then it starts on again. And last, we can find our AH1, another manual display, but this one doesn't go fixed to the table. So we can move it around the table. And this one we can fold it with the screen facing up instead of the screen facing down. And this is a little bit a show around our booth. I hope you like it. Any more information you should need, you can visit us at arthurholm.com, or you can contact us directly and we'll be more than happy to help you.